Oh man, look at that. Markets are all over the place today, guys. It's currently about 3 p.m., so we're getting into power hour, right? And we have the Russell down 0.5% as the Nasdaq's up 0.2% and the S&P's down 0.2% as we have the Dow Jones down 0.5%, which the Dow the Dow has not been doing well, guys. So we're going to break down the markets in this video, talk stocks, break down charts. So if you all find value, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe as well while you're at it, and don't forget to get up to 17 free stocks from MooMoo, linked right down below. More on the details on that later. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. Starting off here with SPY, which you guys know tracks the S&P 500, which this is not looking good, guys. Look at this. It's only down 0.25%, which honestly isn't that bad. I mean, it's only down 87 cents. But if you look here on the hourly chart, you're noticing, number one, we're still in this downwards channel. Same thing on triple Q. And number two, if I zoom in on the 5-day chart, you're going to see we took the lows out from yesterday. That's not the best sign at all here for the bulls. Lows from yesterday after we got clobbered, mind you, all day. You know, the lows were roughly 397.75. And today, if you guys look, mind you, right now we're still under the lows from yesterday. But earlier we got all the way down to, I believe, 396. Yeah, mid 396s, guys. So we took the lows out from yesterday, not only here on SPY, but I believe on triple Q as well. Let me pull that up and see. Yeah, right? Yeah, we did. Ever so slightly, we took the lows out from yesterday, which yesterday we hit roughly 395.75. And this morning, if you guys look on the intraday, let me pull that up, we hit 294.88. So we did take the lows out on triple Q as well. So bulls at this point, honestly, they're nowhere to be found. Bears are 100% in control, especially if we're looking at the smaller time frames on the 20-day, on the 10-day, on the 5-day, on all these different ETFs, right? Triple Q and SPY at least. Bears are 100% in charge as of now. And of course, things could change. We don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of data coming out on Friday that we're looking at. You know, a lot of data next week as well. CPI, the Fed, you know, all that good stuff. You guys know how that goes, right? There's a lot that's going on. So we could, you know, change direction in the snap of a finger. But right now, the way things stand, Bears are clearly, you know, in charge. They have the edge on the markets right now. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments as always. And, you know, for the next couple of days here, mind you, today's Wednesday, we have Thursday, Friday. So for the rest of the week, I'm looking to see if we really do crack under, you know, 295 on triple Q. That would not be good for the bulls at all. That'd be even worse, right? And if SPY, you know, were to break under, you know, 395, maybe 394. That's a general spot that I'm looking at for the rest of this week. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let's break down some stocks that are moving. We have CrowdStrike up on the day, which I believe they reported yesterday, or was that? Yeah, that was yesterday. So they reported earnings. Their stock shot up like crazy to about $136. It was up at one point over 10%, or a little bit under 10%, 9% to be exact. And now it's still up on the day, but it has come down a little bit. The dust has settled a little bit here in CrowdStrike stock. And let me just quickly look at what they reported. Let's do a quick recap here. Looks like they ended up doing, and I remember their guidance was strong, right? Guidance, yeah, was well above the estimates for the next quarter, it seems like, and they ended up doing for the previous quarter 47 cents versus 43 cents EPS on sales that beat as well, $637.4 million versus $624.92. So they're doing pretty well, guys, on guidance and in their previous quarter, and the stock shot up, and it's still holding that gain right now. So I'm watching CrowdStrike very closely as the 20-day chart looks really good, and you'll notice here, as the overall stock market has been downtrending in the past 3 weeks, right? What has CrowdStrike been doing? This thing has been uptrending. We're seeing a bit of a divergence there. That's a good sign overall. So this looks good. It could be a dip buy potentially. We'll see how it goes, guys. But it does look pretty good in my opinion on the 20-day, on the 2-hour chart, and you'll notice that on the 4-hour chart as well. So CrowdStrike, I'm liking it here in the midst of this craziness, this volatility that we're seeing, which actually, now that I'm looking at it, the VIX is down on the day, funny enough. But markets are all over the place, and CrowdStrike is still trucking along. Let's see what else is doing pretty well today. We have Foot Locker up on the day, which is up roughly 1.4%. It looks like this is starting to break out of the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, and we do have, if I'm looking at this correctly here, guys, which I think I am, it looks like we have an inverse head and shoulders. Do we not? Do we not have an inverse head and shoulders? We have the left shoulder right there, the head. The right shoulder could be in the making here. So if we do start cracking above mid-40s on Foot Locker, there could be more upside on this thing. So I'm going to set my alert markers that we're above 70 or not 75, $45, guys. I'm mixing up my numbers here. Come on. $45 is where I'm setting that at, and we'll see where it goes from that point. And now I got to get a little coffee in my system, guys, and this might be the perfect time for you to get up to 17 stocks for MooMoo. All you have to do is use that link down below or go to stocksarefast.com/MooMoo, and once you open up an account with MooMoo, you get 1 free stock right off the bat, and once you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more free stocks plus 2 free shares of either AI or ticker symbol BBAI, which those 2 AI stocks, that deal runs out at the end of March, so keep that in mind. It's limited time. And if you deposit at least $1,000, guys, get ready for this. You get another 10 stocks on top of those other 7 stocks. So yeah, a bunch of free stocks are linked right down below. All the details are down below, guys. And just know that is an affiliate link. It does help out the channel. I appreciate you all if you do use that. Again, it does help out the channel. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys. Just kidding. We're not done yet. Let's continue. So I'm sure you guys have noticed AMD and NVIDIA today are doing very well as well. Let's pull those up. AMD right now is breaking up here towards the mid 80s. It's up about 3.5%, up almost $3 on the day. And look at this. We have a golden cross. We're above the wedge, which we just recently drew out. We called it out, and we're completely breaking out. Well, not completely yet. $86 is where my alert's at. That's where I think we'd completely break out, which was the high from the middle of February. Also, if we look back here from back in the beginning of September, the high from that point. So if we break 86 on AMD, that's where I think 90s, low 90s, which was the high from a couple weeks ago, from the beginning of February, or maybe even higher, that's where we could be going. So AMD is looking very strong right now, guys. NVIDIA is just one that has completely gone ballistic. You guys know that. It's ran away from me completely. This continues to do very well. It's up almost 3%, and we do still have, which makes me a little bit worried here, we have a bearish divergence, pretty clear one here on NVIDIA. Do we have one on AMD? Let me actually look at that. AMD, not so much, I'd say. But on NVIDIA, we definitely have a bearish divergence on that thing. So we have to be mindful of that on NVIDIA and honestly on AMD as well, because they do kind of trade in sync, if you guys haven't noticed. So if NVIDIA just collapses out of the blue one day, probably AMD is going to see a similar fate, you know what I mean? So we have to be mindful of that. But either way, both of them are doing very well today. Extraordinary day for AMD and NVIDIA. And Shopify is moving up on the day. We have that up 1.66% right now. And if we look here on the 4-hour chart, we have a bit of an inverse head and shoulders. You'll see it probably even better on the 20-day chart, guys. Look at that. We have the left shoulder right here. Let me show you that. Boom. Head right there. Then we have the right shoulder right here. So if we do end up breaking out of, let's say, the highs from a couple weeks ago, well, actually a couple of days ago, being about $44, I'll set my alert right there. That's where that right shoulder could really start to gain some momentum. Markets that were above 44. Let's see what happens here on good old Shopify. Then we have Intel, which this stock has been in the trash, guys. Intel's up on the day. And honestly, guys, looking at this chart at first glance, it looks like crap. So this might have some more downside. I'd be very careful with that one. It looks like Google, which is not a crap stock, at least in my opinion. Google's up on the day about 0.5%. You guys see that here. It looks like it's holding higher lows. 1 right here, 2, 3. You guys see that? And we have an inverse head and shoulders clearly in the making. If we pop the 20-day chart up, you guys will see it. Let me clear the drawing set and draw it out for you all. You guys see that, right? We have the left shoulder right here. We got the head right there. Boom. You guys see that? Then we have the right shoulder. So that's clearly playing out. If we break 100, like I've been saying over the past couple of videos, that's where Google could really start to break out and maybe start to make a move towards the recent highs, which those were back in the beginning of February, roughly at 110, 115 bucks. So those are a couple stocks I'm looking at right now, guys. Let's see what else. Any big down movers? Let me see any down movers today. Snap is giving back a lot of gains. Let's pull that one up. You guys probably remember Snap had a huge run the other day because of the whole TikTok ban. Now it's in Joe Biden's hands, apparently. So who knows? I don't think he's going to ban it like I said in that video, but if it does happen, it gets banned. Who's going to benefit? Companies like Snapchat, companies like Facebook, right, through Instagram and Facebook Reels, companies like Google through YouTube Shorts. It's pretty obvious at this point, right? So we had a bit of a rally the other day. Snap ran up like 12%. I'm sure you guys remember that. And was that yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday, guys, or the day before. Either way, actually, yesterday it ran up as well to about 1265. Holy smokes. I didn't even see that till now. Either way, it did very well, and now it's starting to give back a lot of the gains, and it's clear to me that we're getting rejected, which is not good for the bulls, at this 1270 level. That was resistance back in August, back in September, throughout pretty much all throughout the past couple of weeks into now. You guys clearly see it, and we, no joke, hit 1270 almost on the dot. Again, yesterday we hit 1267, and it's been downhill since then. We have a head and shoulders now playing out, forming here on Snap. So there could be more downside by the looks of it. That's just my honest opinion. So with that being said, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let me know any stocks you want me to talk about. Drop some ticker symbols down below. Feel free to hit the like button and to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 17 stocks for MooMoo, up to 12 stocks from Webull, and to check out my Patreon. All of those are linked down below. All those links, again, guys, help out the channel. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers. I'll catch you later.